In this video, I'm reacting to your sports videos. Hey, what's going on? My name is Peter Sarellas. I'm a videographer and editor from Toronto, Canada. I specialize in sports videography, and in this video, I'm going to be reacting to your sports video edits. This is a recurring series that we do on the channel where you submit your edits to peterwatchmysportsvideo@gmail.com, and then I react to them on the channel and showcase them to everyone in this sports videography community so that we can all showcase the work of the awesome creators that are watching these videos, and we can all get feedback and look at the pros and cons of what we're watching and learn together. So first up, we have Logan Murphy. Logan says, "Hey Peter, would love it if you could react to my video and let me know what I can improve on. I'm not a professional videographer, but I'm trying to implement some videography into my job as a digital media manager for a hockey league. Thanks, Logan." Cool. Let's check it out, Logan. Oh, I see some overlays that I recognize from one free overlay pack on my website.
Could have changed my mind, I was halfway there. 100 meters. I just put 9 gal in a sprinter.
I like the little fire effect.
It won't fit in one SUV. No. SOS. Somebody rescue me. I got too many. I got.
Alright, the overlays are fun. I like that. Oh, that's a good shot of a goal.
Alright. Let's send the address through, please.
SUV, the outside white, the inside brown like Michael Jack. More time than Bella Line and Trap. Spend like I don't even like my step. Pistol came on an Irish ferry, let go and it sound like a tap dance. The way that I ball, no yellow, the ref had to give me a black card. Who's doing what we're doing with rap? Man couldn't sell out his show after all them years of doing a cat sprinter. 2 gal in a van, in up. 2 man in Milan heard one of my things dating. P Diddy need 20% or whatever she bags. Outside, my head in my hands.
I
told her my name is Sam. She said no, the one on your birth certificate.
There it is. That's what I want. I was about to say I would have liked some audio with the goal, and you gave it to me the second time, but not the first time.
I want her. A bro wants her affiliate. I'm cheap, still hit a chick like, yo, can I borrow your Netflix? She a feminist, she think I'm sexist. Twisting my words, I think she dyslexic. Give me my space, I'm intergalactic. Before I give you my Insta password, I'll give you the pin to my Amex.
Cool, I like the audio of the players going back. That's nice, showing kind of the emotion of winning. Cool, that wasn't bad. I liked it. The intro was nice. There you had like those overlays there, and you kind of showed me the teams lining up, which was really cool. And then you gave me like a couple of zoom effects to kind of bring me into it. I will say one of the first things that caught me is that the footage is just overexposed. Like the ice is just solid white and there's no detail in these players' jerseys either. It's all just blown out. So I'm not sure if it was shot in camera like this or if this is a color grading thing. But if you could have just brought the white down a little bit and the exposure down in general, I guess, either in your camera or when you color graded, depending on where the overexposure happened, then that would have been helpful in general, just for like general image quality. Like here, there's a lot of white. I'm not even getting detail in the goalie's mask or anything here. You had commentary in this, and I felt like I liked the music. I think you did a good job. I actually liked the song a lot. It was kind of catchy. But it would have been nice if we could have used that commentary that you used at the start to make the introduction so good, to also give me commentary for the different plays that were happening and for the goal. So give me more of a story rather than just watching highlights that I can't really piece together in my head. So yeah, man, overall not bad. I thought you did some stuff really good. Your capturing of the footage was really good. I think it's just the color grading that needs a little bit of work to bring the exposure down a little bit, and then putting in the extra effort, because I know it can be a daunting, time-consuming, and kind of tedious task to pull commentary for every single play. But pulling that commentary, it just brings the video to that next level. So I think if you can do those two things, it'll take this video that's good and make it great. So everyone who submits a video today is going to have their Instagram linked in the description. So if you see any videos that you liked, go to their pages, show them some love. It takes some courage to put yourself out there like that and submit videos to be on the channel. So definitely go show people how much you appreciate their work. I really appreciate a lot of the work being sent here. And let's get into this next one. We got Butler versus Texas Tech mixtape from Sterling Vision. And Sterling says, "Hey Peter, I'm a freshman in college and been doing sports videography on and off for a year now. Here's one of my favorites. And here's a repost with clean music. We love it. Saving the editor some work."
Thank you.
For what? It's hard to pop with my grill in. I can't let it fuck up my flow. Let these lips run up the score and I still win. I saw her, I'm that nigga without. Let's go.
Oh, I like that. The crowd, like the color grade and the crowd just popping on right at the drop of the song. And the sound design, little swishes and things like that. That adds a lot. I love it. Oh, and the stabilization on the ball too. Classic effect. Super good. Just love it.
about taking it out.
And it loops. Oh, that's really nice. That was really great. You know what I loved the most about that? It was short. You didn't take a lot of time with it. It was like 20 or 30 seconds and you just threw me into the action. So I wasn't like really waiting around that much. You did a good job of establishing things. The split screen really helps because you're showing me a cheerleader and a fan in the same shot, and the logo and a player warming up. So I'm just getting the whole intro establishing shot type of thing done in like 3-4 seconds. And then you just give me the drop of the song and bang, we're into it. You hear the fans roar. I like that you watched the saber effects. Very cool. And you even took the time to roto brush so that this white strip here is cut out and you can just see the ball. And then showing that action and then the reaction from the fans going absolutely nuts with the audio of the fans yelling, which isn't peaking, but it's still loud, which is awesome. That was great. You've done a really good job of all these split screens to really just give me a lot of different shots at once. Yeah, we're getting like action shot, stabilized, super engaging, reaction, which is really good. Now you did show 2 shots like kind of from the same angle of a guy hitting a 3 from that same corner in a row. Maybe you could have cut one of those out, but also the video is already so short and was so engaging throughout that like you didn't really have to. Yeah, and like you did a really good job showing reaction shots. Like I think people are so focused on filming highlights all the time, but you can really make a great video by showing mostly establishing a reaction shot with just a highlight sprinkled in here and there. And a lot of the times those videos that showcase the atmosphere more than what's actually happening on the court are the best ones because they make you feel the most emotion and really give you the sense of what that environment was like, almost bringing you back to it. So great job doing that. I appreciate you submitting. You got some good stuff here. Keep on going, man. All right, next up, we got Max Damas. Hey, Peter, I'm a digital media intern at St. Bonaventure for our basketball team. Here's my most recent video after a loss we had. After a loss? Okay, let's see it.
We want them to leave.
All right, 45 seconds of vertical. We like it.
With a good impression of us in terms of our effort, in terms of our...
No, I like the interview audio to kind of set the scene here.
We want to win.
That's nice. The split screen. Wait, let's stop here for a second. I'm sorry going to stop this so early. I really like how we have not only a split screen to show multiple actions at once, which we talked about in the last video, but we have 2 shots that are framed the same as borders, essentially, with a wide shot showing a more engaging action that draws your attention right to the middle, despite it being a wide shot because it's framed up well. And you're showing me multiple actions at once and getting me through the entire warm-up in a faster way. And then you have that nice dunk sound effect right when he dunks the ball in the wide shot, which is super engaging. And like even like the pulsing of the video with the song, it makes this slower song you've picked for this video still really good. And like it's keeping my attention, and just because you're doing a really good job of cutting to the beat. You spun a loss to be something really cool, kind of like a motivational, like we're down but we're on the road to get to the get back or something, is what I'm getting from this. When you have to take a bad situation to make it look good or just put a positive spin on it, I guess that's more challenging, and you've done it. I also like how you started on a drone shot like this and then you ended on a drone shot. I think that's a really nice like bookend way to finish things. Yeah, man, it's just good stuff. So I appreciate you submitting. Fun story. I actually used to go to basketball camp at St. Bonaventure when I was a kid. At least once or twice I did. So yeah, kind of looks familiar. All right, next up, we got Canadian high school teacher football video edit. So Brandon Wilson says, hey Peter, big fan of the channel. I've been learning a ton from you as I recently picked up an FX30 and decided to look for more opportunities to shoot sports videography. Awesome, man. I'm a teacher in a high school and teams will have me come take photos and videos for them. This is my most recent football edit. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for all you do. Brandon Wilson.
Welcome to our first Thursday Night Lights. Tonight, our Bucks are taking on the Chargers.
Cool. Very well cut to the music. The commentary off the top is great. No, you put a lot of thought into the sound design. Just look at the footsteps and stuff. That probably took a long time.
That is another touchdown for the BCS
I love that you found a way to incorporate commentary, even if it's just the person announcing in stadium, to give me the story, like with audio and not just visuals. That's great. And obviously the footage you have is great. Lots of good reaction shots from people. Yeah, stuff like this is awesome. That was so good. That was really good. I loved it. Like, you did a good job of getting fan shots, which I guess is just your students, which is that's kind of a funny dynamic. At the start, you gave me like a lot of fast cuts that were really well cut to the music to draw me in, and you gave me a nice huddle shot here of the guy who's really hype, and obviously the audio accompanies it to add that extra layer to it. Wait, here you had like a really good audio effect here that just added to this action. I want to replay. Do you guys hear all the footsteps? Like, that's honestly time consuming and not fun to do, adding those little footsteps, because I know you didn't actually capture audio of the footsteps. You're going through and adding little sound effects like that, but going through and adding those little sound effects throughout made this whole experience a lot better for me, and I really liked it. And then like this end shot here of the huddle was just so good. Like, this looks fantastic. You did not need to slow it down, and you didn't, so that was awesome. The only thing I'm gonna say, because besides that I think you did a really good job, is could we cut some highlights out and make this like 45 seconds? Because at a minute 7, it's a little long to be posting anywhere, and like it's gonna give you that prompt on Instagram where you have to click in to watch more after you get to a certain point, and then people aren't gonna do that because no one does it on Instagram, and then people just aren't going to finish your video, even though the best shot, in my opinion, comes at 57 seconds. But you're doing great. Like, it looks fantastic. It's awesome that you just picked up the FX30 and went out and filmed with it, especially because you're filming a night game with the FX30. And as someone who films a lot of night football with the FX30, I know that there's a very small margin for error using that camera in low light. And considering you are learning and are doing this for fun, I'm assuming you don't have like really high quality, super fast lenses that can see in the dark or anything. And in spite of that, you're working within the limits of your camera and making it look really good. All right, next up we got Ryland Dick. And Ryland's actually someone I know. We met in Winnipeg when I was out there for work a couple months ago. And Ryland says, much love coming at you from Winnipeg, Peter. He's my favorite mix of mine from the Winnipeg Sea Bears inaugural season, which is a team in the Canadian Elite Basketball League, which, if you've been around the channel for a while, is where I used to work before the CFL. All right, this video is 4 minutes, but I'm in for it. Let's do this.
Maybe I led you to believe it was easy when it wasn't. Maybe I made you think my highlights started at the free throw line and not in the gym. Maybe I made you think that every shot I took was a game winner.
Getting inside the scoop and it's a victory.
I love the cutting between
My game was built on flash.
the commentary and this voiceover.
Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation.
You can score from anyone.
This is great how you've taken this dialogue, use appropriate visuals with it, and cut some commentary in as well to tell the story.
Maybe I destroyed the game. Or maybe you're just making excuses.
1,000 on my feet.
That's nice. I like that little mass transition.
10,000 on my eyes. Roly poly on my wrist. Gotta make a flight, big days, slumming no FaceTime, 50K when I'm storming off.
I love all the fan shots here to really just sell the fandom of this team, and for a team in their first season, it's so important to like show the fan base and how like the community is involved with the team.
I just continue to just destroy everywhere I go, you know, which is going to continue to happen. And
This is nice too, the working a podcast and just like really telling this player's whole story.
I've grown as a person, and I'm ready for it.
I wanted to ask you about the Teddy Buckets nickname. What's the story of Teddy Buckets?
So we got the player's whole backstory, and
no, I've never been afraid. I mean, obviously you're nervous, but afraid means you're not confident in yourself.
Where did you get this audio? It's really good. Is this the player, or is this like a generic commentary audio? You clearly got tons of footage for him. Nice. Now I'm getting into the hype part of the video. Love it. Man, the stadium is packed. That is so good. Obviously, that's nothing to do with you. I just like the atmosphere. What I like is how much coverage of really good plays you've had. Like, you've clearly shot a lot of games to get all of these really good clips. Also, some really creative masking involved here. Nice. That camera effect is so good. Just keep things moving. I love it. Cool, Ryland. That was awesome. I really liked it. Like, obviously it was more of a storytelling piece, a little bit longer. This is meant for people who are invested in this team, who've been watching them throughout their inaugural season, to recap what was, I guess. And you did a really good job of, especially at the start, setting the scene for me with this player, showing like the stats in an overlay clipping from a news article, and then giving me that commentary you've been using. You use it like your driving force audio wise throughout the video, along with game commentary to show me how dominant Teddy Allen has been. And then like you did like incorporating a lot of fan stuff. I said it already, but like it's so important, especially because this team is in their first year, to show like wide shots of fans in the building celebrating. Like, so stuff like this is fantastic footage to use at the start of your video. I did think that this podcast bit, the first quote of it was really good. But then we keep going on about like his whole backstory, and it's like, if I'm just a fan of this team, like I don't particularly care about this guy's life story to hear it that I like so much that I want to hear it for a minute and a half of a 4-minute video. It's a bit too much. If I want to do that, I'll just go watch this podcast segment. And like taking the audio from it for a second is good, but I don't think it needed to take up as much of the video as it did. And then, like the last minute, you just got in your mixtape bag and you really were like cutting shots quickly. And I like that. It was fairly straightforward. There's a couple little effects like overlay things like this and simple stuff, like some masking, but there was nothing crazy. And for a storytelling based video, you don't need that many effects. As I say that, I land on this screen, and honestly these letters were kind of jarring because it wasn't like you had them all over the place through the video. It was just like one time all these letters hit me in the face, so I wasn't really ready for that. But minor things. And like I love how much coverage you got. So like you obviously had a lot of stuff that was like on the baseline, on the sideline, but the fact that you went up into the upper deck and filmed this type of thing where I'm getting the full environment and seeing the action, this was like much needed in a video this long, to just give me a break and let me see the action from a different perspective. Then you just bookended it really well by showing him getting a post-game interview on the Jumbotron and kind of give me like these slow shots of him like looking up and contemplating for what next season may look like, and then you just ended on your logo. So I appreciate you submitting, and that's actually going to be it for this video. So if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, because I post videography and video editing tips and tutorial videos similar to this on a regular basis, and I would love to have you around for that. If you want to submit your videos to the channel, you can do it by sending them to peterwatchmysportsvideo@gmail.com, and I'll look to feature it in the next Sports Videographer Reacts. And yeah, that's going to be all I have for you today. So until next time, peace.